Hello everybody, welcome back to Baking in the Pandemic. Today what we're going to do is we're going to do pizza dough because it's a great pizzas are great to feed your hungry crew. And the first step we have, we're going to hydrate our yeast. So we're going to take a 1/8 of a teaspoon here, kind of a light 1/8 of your active dry yeast. And then I'm going to put a little pinch of sugar in there. Yeah, just a little bit. And then we're going to take like 2 tablespoons of warm water. Water's like 95 degrees. So with a yeast bread, it's a little bit warmer water that we're using. And then we're going to measure our flour. So we're going to turn our scale on. You know, for a pizza party, I use the whole thing of flour. It makes 3 pizza crusts. But just the 2 of us are here quarantined, so we're going to just make 1 pizza. So the flour is an Italian flour. It's a double aught, super fine flour. And makes for a nice, light, fluffy pizza dough. We're going to do 330 grams of flour. And then we're going to do a tablespoon of malt powder. So this is malted barley. This makes the pizza crust brown up real nice. It's optional. Don't sweat it if you don't have it in your kitchen. Then we're going to add 230 grams of water. So we're at 340, so plus 230. We're going to end up at 570. All right. And then, this step here, we're just combining the flour and water. We're not adding the yeast yet. And we're going to let it sit for about 45 minutes after we mix it up. We're just combining the flour and water. This is going to help relax your dough by not having the yeast incorporated yet. The proteins in the flour are going to kind of link up together. So you have a softer, more pliable dough in the end by letting it rest, with just the flour and water. We're just trying to incorporate all the flour here. So we just keep flipping the dough ball over and sucking up the flour. And then once we've got it all combined here, just going to cover it up and come back in 45 minutes. And then on to step 2. All right, see you all back in a little bit. All right, on to step 2 here. We've got our autolyzed dough, so we combine the flour and water, let it rest for 45 minutes. Now we've got 7 grams of sea salt we measured out. I'm going to sprinkle that on top. we have our hydrated yeast. We're gonna combine with our dough. And you can grab some dough, kind of wipe out the yeast, because sometimes the yeast kind of settles to the bottom. And then we're gonna combine, so just kind of pull it from that corner, fold it over, pull and fold. Yeah, we're just kind of layering in that yeast. You know, so the dough is a lot more elastic now. All right, good fun. So, super easy here. We're just combining, we're adding the salt, combining in our hydrated yeast. And now, you know, this dough is super easy, low maintenance dough. All you gotta do is cover it and leave it out for 12 hours. So for us, that means tomorrow morning, we'll stick it in the fridge. And then we'll bake pizza tomorrow night. Thanks. Welcome back to our pizza demo. Our dough has been rising. We'll take a look at it here. Look at all those good bubbles. So, depending on what your timeline is, you can leave the dough in the fridge for 2 or 3 days, you know, so you don't have to do everything all at once. But we've let it rise overnight, and that's what we have. So we're going to do this in cast iron today. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in here. Spread that around, get the sides. Alright, and then we're going to take out our dough. Get it in there. You know, and then, you know, with the olive oil in there, all you gotta do is just spread it around. Yeah, it's a nice soft dough, the pizza dough. Not like the bread dough. I'm going to put our homemade sauce on here. I might do another demo on making pizza sauce another time. But real simple, you just make it in the blender with tomato paste and diced tomatoes, oregano. Pretty simple. So I just freeze them in these little jelly jars, and that way it's like the perfect amount for a pizza. We got our toppings here, some baby bellas, red bell peppers, and we got some green olives. Some vegan cheese here. Put a little hot pepper in there. Spice it up a little bit. A little bit of oregano. A little bit more oregano. Awesome. So, we got our pizza here to feed our hungry crew. And we've got our oven preheated at 550 or whatever your hottest setting is. And this will bake, you know, for about 15 to 20 minutes, so keep an eye on it. But we're going to have a nice, great homemade pizza here with homemade crust. You can do this. All right, we are ready for the big reveal. Here we are with our homemade pizza crust. Cooked in cast iron, bubbling hot, straight out of the 550-degree oven. Time to feed our crew. You got this, everybody. You can do this at home. It's easy. Take care.